Okay, welcome back. We're talking about the typical kind of things you'd expect to find in the weekly task and video lectures section. Let me go back to modules. So the Start Here section, the supplemental material. Again, this is the teacher's view, so I can see a lot more. And then the weekly tasks, and then the lecture notes, okay? This is where the stuff is. I'm just going to bring up one of the lecture notes, just so you can see what we're talking about. I'm just randomly going to pick one. The point here is this is like the script that I follow, but in here it might actually say, does this sound like a test question to you? Yeah, I'm actually giving you good hints. Like, for example, what's our, bring your own device policy? And lots of stuff in here. And again, let's do a quick demo, that kind of thing, right? So this is some good stuff. So lots of things that are not in the book. Here's a good one. To be legally defensible, you need the following things. Does that sound like a test question to you? Yeah, see why you should actually have these things handy while you're taking the quiz? That would be a really, really good idea. Okay, I'm going to go back to modules, and let's go through the first section kind of slow. So I'm going to start with the welcome page. Pretty normal stuff. We've seen all this before, right? This is just the beginning. And then the second one is like more information, more about me, about office hours, about the book, the syllabus, the PowerPoint slides we just went through. And then the course objectives again for a second time. All right, next is the course schedule. This is the official schedule. So if something changes, this is where it'll be. The real takeaway is roughly 2 chapters a week, and then basically 3 things due every week. All right. So if you're new to Canvas, you go, how to submit an assignment, how to take a quiz. Now, I've had students that I'll say, okay, you need to resubmit this assignment. So they go, what? Like, you need to learn how to redo a resubmission in the Canvas submission page, okay? It's not at all complicated, but yes, these are things you're going to have to know to do. I have this next section about required skills. Basically, just can you operate a computer? No difference between a file explorer or the Finder in a browser. Using the file explorer, can you navigate around and create folders and copy files, that kind of stuff? Can you download a file? Can you create a Word document? That's kind of normal stuff, right? I don't see a problem with that with anybody. Okay, one more time. So every week, you're going to go here and find the week you're in, and you're going to dutifully do everything that I ask you to do. Okay? Cool beans. All right, that's kind of it. Here's basically all the assignments. I have a syllabus quiz. A syllabus quiz is all about what we're talking about now. Okay? It was the introduction videos. So if you don't watch the introductory video and you don't have a copy of the book, you're probably not going to do well. I also have the thing called a readiness survey. So the readiness survey basically is just 10 questions about, what kind of computer do you have at home and, that kind of stuff. It's nothing tough. It's not graded. But in order for me to be able to teach you, I need to know where you are. I need to know, do you have a Windows computer? Can you create Word document? Do you know all this stuff? Okay. All the assignments are out there. All the quizzes are out there. The term project, all those things. Okay, there's 3 discussion forums out here. One is introductions. Basically, you can go out and say, hey, my name is Bob. I got 6 cats and 4 goats, and I'm, graduating next spring. That kind of stuff, if you want to. Course feedback is, you can, cry, complain, or you can, hey, can we get together for a study group? Just regular communication with your fellow students. The grading notes is a closed forum. That's the one that I use to say, okay, now, we just finished quiz 2, and the average score was a 94. And here are the questions that people did well on or poorly on. And here's assignment 2, and, that kind of stuff. It's basically a review of everything that happened, that week. Okay? Cool. I can't show you grades or any of the rest of this stuff, but so that's essentially it. That's a whirlwind tour of Canvas. And I'll see you guys again in the next video.